Nice. Was that a Tobias? That was a Tobias. That is. Shot a cock out for Jolly Lam. Not at Hobo Depot. I'm right there. No, I'm right here. Hobo Depot right there. I was walking by this and I'm thinking, that's a Tobias. It's an 89, what they call a standard B or a B5 or a basic 5. Now, I'm looking at it, and a lot of you guys saw me play it at church, all right, for the first time. Let's take a look at it, and then we're going to go through it. First of all, when it came here, it didn't look like this. So, it been through the Hobo Depot. So she's absolutely beyond beautiful. Okay, so I don't know the woods. It looks like, I don't know. I talked to Michael. He's supposed to be sending me the schematics on it. And in other words, what kind of woods. I mean, I could tell you, but you know, you already see the Purple Heart and the walnut and the mahogany. You already see all of that. You know, this thing is like this is one of the, like when Michael transitioned to from Tobias, in other words, so the company, this was one of the last ones to be built. So this is actually built by Michael and them. All right, so this is a blessing for me because she's beautiful. All right, so my question is, how beautiful is it? I would say it's beautiful enough to be in my possession. Look, and nothing else. All right, so I'm coming through my, this is a Phil Jones. Well, let's tune it up first. Make sure she's in tune. All right, I'll just go through it. It's just a basic. What's different from this and the Signature is a lot. But you know, the only thing I see that's really different from this and the Signature is that the Signature has a lot more fancier woods. I think the woods on this is absolutely beautiful, and the preamp is different. Like this one doesn't have push pull. All right, it just came right off. This one doesn't have push pull. This has the treble, mids, and bass, and the cut switch. And the cut switch is only like passive and active. It doesn't cut the pickups at all. And this one has what they call the tilt down pickups. I love that. It has the volume right here. All right, so let's plug it up. I got the amp setting, and I'm gonna tell you what I usually set my amp on. And a lot of guys like, what? All right, so on this amp, and every amp that I have pretty much, it depends on if I'm videotaping. So this amp is on 7 o'clock. So 6 o'clock would be here, 7 o'clock would be right there. This is exactly what this thing on. The mid's on 6 o'clock, the bass is on 6 o'clock, the treble is on 6 o'clock. All right. So this is what you know normally what my setting is. All right, so let's turn this around. All right, so on the passive mode, let's go to the rear on passive. Oh well, let's turn the mute off. All right, so this is rear. I don't know what happened right there. Oh, well, I do know what happened. I'm in passive mode. So passive mode is not as boosting as this has the TCT in it. So you gotta, you know, here's the rear without anything on it. Sorry. Am I right? Or is the cord bad? Wow. All right, so let's go to passive mode. In active mode, nothing, you can't hear anything. So I'm learning the bass. So I learned enough to play it Sunday though. So we're in passive mode right now. Right. So in passive mode, nothing works. Just the volume. So we're in rear. So we're going to the rear right now. Actually, in passive mode, I like it better. The strings are sitting underneath the fret. Why I love this bass so much It's because it's Michael's voice. It's his first voice. So I love it because it's his first voice. And what he thought would never be successful, to me, is his most successful work. I love the MTDs. No, I really like the MTDs. I really love the Tobiases. Not particularly the Gibsons. Michael's first Tobias is like his very, very old Tobias. Like this is really, really old. When I tell you this is really old, this is really old. Okay, let's go to the front pickup. Alright, both pickups. So clean, so articulate, so massive in its sound, man. It's like so bear growl. Look, is that the word, bear growl? This joint is so bear growl. The pickups that he used during this time, I wish they was in the MTD. That's my opinion. And I think the MTD would sound like I wanted to sound. I didn't say sound better. I said sound like I wanted to sound. Birds chirping, screaming, hawks flying around. This joint just bring out the best of everybody. Listen. Listen. Now the string spacing on this is very, very close. Not very, very close, but very close. All right, to wide neck players, you probably have an issue with this, like a big issue. But me, as far as me, I'm learning it and I'm loving it. I just love because it's so clean, so articulate, so bear growl. Oh my God. All right, so we're gonna turn, everything is already off, so now we're gonna hit active mode. In active mode on the TCT, if nothing is turned on, nothing works. I don't care if you got all both the pickups on, it still don't work. When you start dialing in stuff like treble at D10, this treble at D10. That's why they probably call it the basic. Neck through body, it's just beautiful, man. Mids at D10. I'm more leaning to the passive mode because the passive mode gives me the richness of the pickup and the richness of the body. The active mode takes everything up to 100, so you have to learn your bass over again. Now let's turn bass to D10. It's still got that bear growl. Everything jumps up to 115, possibly 120, to up to 135. Look, I'm just speeding, man. I'm speeding, man. But just listen at the groundness of this bass, y'all. And the speed. Listen to that beat though. everything is on detent. So if I'm hearing this, I'm getting tongue tied. This is so amazing, y'all. If everything sounds like this on D10, what do you think I have to crank everything up for? I mean, I just asked for a little more if I wanted, but I wouldn't even go past maybe a little bit past D10 for anything. If it sounds like this on this amp, just imagine on my stack stuff. The first person I ever seen and heard, and I'm telling you what I know, what I feel. The first person I ever seen and heard one of these, and his wasn't even a basic. His was like, well, I guess it was a basic. I don't know. He still has it, so I gotta ask him. Andrew Goucher, good friend of mine. I saw him playing the LA Mass. I was at a gospel music workshop, and he came on television. Listen what I'm saying. We was in, I forgot where we were, but he came on television with LA Mass, and he had one of these in his hand, and and he had an SWR. He had an SWR rig, a 210, and I think he had a 350 head or something. And he had one of these in his hand, and that's what sold me. It took me years to even get my hand on one, but the first one I ever heard was Andrew Goucher playing for the LA Mass Choir, and I sat there with my mouth open, and when I saw him, I just looked at him because I was like, bruh, I have no words of how amazing you sound with that, whatever that bass was in your hand. And I had to sit there and talk to him, and after I found out what it was, I still didn't get one. I still didn't get one. And here it is in 2020, get ready to go 2023, and I finally get my hand on a B5. What he has now in his hand is amazing. But what I heard in his hand for the first time in the early 90s were this right here. And that's what made me, want to kind of follow Andrew, because he had tonation in his head. He had something different. He has something speaks different. And I love this bass for that. Let's open up the mids to about 3/4. I mean, it's like, let's open up the bass about 3/4. I'm outside, y'all. I'm outside in my yard, and I can see leaves falling. Look, I'm not joking. I'm for real though. I see leaves falling, and I see trees leaning. I'm just saying. And I won't be surprised if a bear just walk right up, look and talk to me. Hey man, I heard you call. When I cut the mids back. is all the way off, pulling back on the treble. You know, there's not a genre of music that you cannot play with this bass. Or country and western, you know. Which is right next to blues and anything else you want to play, man. It's like the neck is so comfortable on this bass. It's so fast, so thin, and it's pretty. It's just a pretty bass. You know what I'm saying? It's just a pretty bass. Some basses are just really nice looking, and they got pretty colors on them. But this is just pretty. It makes me look handsome. It does. It does. You ever had a bass make you look handsome? Like I like the women. Like I like seeing him on stage with that bass because he looks handsome. I'm just saying, man. You know, some people like, I got a bass gonna look good. But does the bass make you look good? The bass look good, but does you? Okay, I'm just making up stuff. Shot at cock, I'm making up stuff. But anyway, it's just a pretty bass, and in my hands, I feel handsome. You know, I feel handsome with this bass in my hand. It's just a pretty bass. Michael Tobias, thank you so much for your inner idea, your inter idea. You know, God had to speak to you, man, because there's no way you could have did this on your own. So I really thank Michael Tobias for making this bass. It is the most beautiful. I said most beautiful bass. Most beautiful bass. It's the most incredible sounding bass. It's the most textured bass. I love the voice because it's his first voice. This is Michael's first voice, and I love his first voice. I think everything he did during that time just makes me go, you know, wow, wowzer. Look, wowzer. Yeah. So thank you guys for coming by and checking out the videos. First of all, I want to say another thing before I leave. I need you guys to keep praying for the Hobo Depot to stay open. For people to keep bringing their stuff in there, and I really appreciate that. I want you to pray for the Queen and I, because every morning I don't miss a morning where I don't pray for you guys. Way before you guys get up, before the sun even comes up, a lot of times I'm praying for you guys, and I need you guys to keep praying for the Queen and I, Hobo Depot, that we shall keep on being a watering hole, not for just bases, y'all, but for people in general. That's what we're here for. My Queen and I are here for people in general. You know, to hear their hurts, to try to help them with their hurts, and then go out to, you know, ask them to help us. You know, when we're hurting, when we ever hurt. But that's what we're here for. So one note can heal the world. So once again, guys, this is my Tobias. I'm gonna put it on mute. This is my Tobias, and it's absolutely beautiful. This is what they call a standard B, or a B5, a basic 5. She's absolutely beautiful. She is absolutely beautiful, and I wanted you guys to see it because I know you saw me playing it in church, and I was so happy. I didn't have time to even say anything about it, but this is a dream come true. And once again, Andrew, thank you, bruh. Andrew Cachet, thank you so much. Love you, man. And I see you traveling a lot right now and gigging a lot. That's good, bruh. Shout out to Cock folks, Johnny Long, and I'm not in Hobo Depot. Peace out. Basic 5.